I don't know what to do. Doesn't matter what I do. Nobody will ever know, well, rarely will ever know what it feels like to be intersexed. And if for those of you that don't know what intersexed means, it means that you're born with both genitalia, male and female. I want to tell you guys a story of what I went through and what I am going through right now. When I was 16 years old, my dad asked me, "Did you get your period?" I said no. My mom said wait till 17. So they waited another year. 17 rolls by, and they ask again, "Did you get your period?" No. No, I didn't. As my parents freaked out, they didn't know what was going on. Neither did I. And as they didn't know, they're confused. I didn't even know what was wrong with me. Then I took a trip to the doctor's office. Then a referral to the gynecologist specialist. Doctor's office told me that my hormone levels were normal. Gynecologist told me that they weren't. That very special visit with the gynecologist came with a lot of confusion. Next thing you know, I'm in a room while they're measuring my genitals with popsicle sticks. Really? Then they wanted university students to just look down there? Then the media? Like, really? I didn't want that. My dad knew what I was going through. He didn't exactly know, but he knew that it was really hard on me. But they couldn't find anything yet, so more tests. So I go into the ultrasound room, and she does an ultrasound. Half an hour later. Before that, doctors coming in and out, in and out, more doctors just looking at that ultrasound. Now, mind me, there's not like 6 doctors in the room watching what's inside of you. Only one, I think. So it got to the point where my dad knew, "Okay, what's going on?" "Well, sir, seems like your daughter has a condition that we need to figure out." They bring us back to the room and said that I didn't have ovaries, I didn't have fallopian tubes, and I didn't have a uterus, but I might have testicles. Yeah, they knew that something was wrong. They bring me to the hospital, the children's hospital at the time, where there would be all those specialists that would help me out. They did the same tests, if not more. Next thing you know, I'm in an MRI scan in my lower abdominal area. They told my dad that if I did this, that they would find out clearly what it is. They couldn't find out. So I had to go for a second scan. So I go for a second scan. They still couldn't really figure it out. They weren't sure. Do you know what it feels like to not be sure of what you are? The things that I had to go through every day just to know who I was, let alone I didn't even know before then. That's when I became homeless, because I ran away from all that. That's what brought me into a young women's shelter. All that stress, just couldn't find myself. So I figured I needed to be alone so I could. Well, they did say that it could possibly be testes, but if they were, it's cancerous. So that means that you gotta remove them because they start deteriorating in your body, which could cause complications and pain. 4 years later, I'm experiencing pain. March 25th, 2013, I go see a gynecologist in Hamilton. So it was a 5-hour drive from me. I thought for sure this time they'd really figure it out what was going on and who I was. The amount of things they found, just as much as, 4 years ago those doctors found, they found everything in one day. And 4 years ago, it took them so long. It took them almost a year to find out. But still, they didn't find it out completely. They don't know. So they had to go through some more tests. This time, I have one testy, not two like I did 4 years ago. But they're still not sure if it really is that's what it is. Could be something else. Who knows? Because there's only one, that means that they're deteriorating. It's already deteriorating. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Experiencing that pain. Down there, where it is deteriorating, experiencing the pain emotionally, the things that I had to go through of just all these years of not knowing who I am, peer pressure, people accepting you, people loving you. It doesn't matter if people accept you for who you are. Because you know what? If I don't know who I am, you don't know who I am. Nobody will ever know who I am until I know who I am. And I know that sounds really confusing, which it is, but it's true. So the specialist over there in Hamilton run 9 vials of blood to see if they could predict, what is that? Something. Swimmers, I guess you can call them. Prostate. And a bunch of other wacko things that I don't know about. And then finally, as an appointment that day, was supposed to be maybe less than an hour, became 10 hours in the hospital with the specialist to try and figure things out. You can only imagine how much complications there were. I'm still going home not knowing who I am. What am I? I just don't know. Before I went home, the doctor asked me, "You know what, Jake? Are you in any support groups for this? You better be, because I don't know damn well how you can deal with the shit that you're dealing with right now." No, I'm not. I'm not in any support group. I'm alone. I feel this. I feel that I'm so alone, because if there's other people out there that are going through the things that I'm going through, doctors should know what to do. Doctors should know what to look for. You know what I mean? No, doctors don't know. Anyways, they tell me, call me in 3 weeks, we'll try and see if we should know by then. Well, they said that they would call me. And then he said, if I don't call you in 3 weeks, call me in 4. So, what do you know? I call them in 4 weeks. They call me back after I left a message about a week later. And they say, "We need more time. You gotta call us in about a week." Are you serious? I'm suffering through this. Do I gotta contact the government and say, "Listen, just figure it out"? I'm dying inside not knowing who I am. Nobody knows. Neither do I, and it hurts me so much. Fuck, it's ruining my relationship. It's ruining everything for me. It's ruining, everything, I don't know. Just everything. Can't even find a support group for people like me, because there's nobody like that. And if there is, they're fucking probably mutated people from India or something. I don't know. But really, all I know is that I'm me. That's it. And I don't even know who me is. Like, it's sad. Like, what do I do? Nobody knows. It's just a hard fucking life. People commit suicide for shit like that. I know I'm strong. I'm very strong. But not only can I try and be happy, it's just that little thing that people think isn't a big deal. Who cares if you don't know yourself? Like, fuck. You're still human? No, man. I do care because I don't know who I am. Wake up one morning. It doesn't even matter if I say that. Because if you wake up one morning and you don't even know who you are, how would you feel? Well, you wouldn't really know because you know who you are, right? So you can't judge someone for that. You can't. So what am I supposed to do? Just shrug my shoulder and say whatever? No.